Today is the 5th day of the 5th month in the 9th year of Channel Group, June 14, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 현진 참 부모님께 형배 바로 let us recite 가정맹세.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
And for our opening prayer, please welcome our subordinate from Davao, Quezon, Pagalangan.
Let's join me in my prayer. Our loving Heavenly Parents, our cosmic parents, parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day, this wonderful morning, for giving us the chance and opportunity to still live in this physical world. And Heavenly Parents, thank you so much for your love, for unchanging love to us, Heavenly Parents, that despite of our lapses and difficulties, you never leave us, Heavenly Parents. And we would like to pray, Heavenly Parents, for the good health and protection of our beloved true mother. Please give our true mother a long and healthy life, Heavenly Parents. Also to all our leaders, our national leader, Travel Messiah's blessed families, and all our brothers and sisters that they are really working so hard in the front line, and to our brothers and sisters that they are doing their missions, Heavenly Parents. And we would like to pray also for this pandemic will end, Heavenly Parents. And we'd like to pray also, Father, for those brothers and sisters that they are struggling, Heavenly Parents, and give them good health, strength, and protection and guidance. And we would like to say thank you for everything, And we would like to pray that this morning, Heavenly Parents, that we could receive our spiritual food, Heavenly Parents, guide each and every one of us, Heavenly Parents. And thank you so much for your love, grace, and protection. We would like to pray also for uh, our ancestors in the spirit world for their liberation, Heavenly Parents. And we would like to offer this prayer and to parents' name, Aju. Amen.
As you. So let's have our individual prayer, my dear brothers and sisters. Good morning to our heavenly parents, and true parents, all our leaders, brothers and sisters. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. And for our reading this morning, we would like to request our sabunim from Ifugao. Please welcome our sister Leslie Ann Dunuan.
A memoir by Hakja Hanmun, The Mother of Peace. Chapter 3, The Marriage Supper of the Lamb. Our holy wedding ceremony. Jesus was born to be humankind 2,000 years ago. God intended that Jesus find his bride and that they would stand in the position of Adam and Eve, who were lost at the very beginning of human history. Together, Jesus and his bride were to have grown to attain the position of true parents, providing living examples of a true husband and wife, parents, and family. However, God's hope for Jesus and Israel was not realized. The Lord went a secondary course, dying for us on the cross. We cannot imagine how devastated he must have been. When Jesus returns, his priority is to find the bride, with whom he will create a true family, society, nation, and world. Through the true parents, the sorrows of heaven and earth, and the vicarious foundation for God's ideal world can be laid. In this providence, the prophesied marriage supper of the Lamb, the day of our holy wedding, was the turning point, the day when God won his victory and recovered his lost glory. Furthermore, This was a day of joy for humankind as it inaugurated a new history in which all can live together not only with their true father but also with their true mother. At the age of 15, Moon received this mission from Jesus Christ on Mount Myodu. It was a mission that would bring him severe hardship. It led to study in Japan and to teach God's word in North Korea after Korea's independence, where he would face life-threatening and unspeakable suffering. Communist Party officials and police cruelly tortured him to the brink of death. Tossed out as a lifeless body, he revived and continued his mission, only to be arrested once again and sent to be forced labor camp near the city of Hungnam. It was only the arrival of UN troops that saved him from execution there. With two of his followers, he headed south to begin his ministry again. Amid the clash of communist soldiers and UN troops, they were among the last to cross the frozen Imjin River into South Korea, and from there they would walk hundreds of kilometers to the southern part of the peninsula. After planting his church in Busan, he settled in Seoul. Yet his trials continued, and once again he was imprisoned, this time by the South Korean government. This course of hardships during which time and on teaching many new members about God and the mission of the Messiah was the course he had to pass through to meet the only begotten daughter prepared by God and to hold the marriage supper of the Lamb. Members of the early Unification Church endured bitter ordeals together with Father Moon. As the year 1960 approached, they were filled with indescribable hope. Father Moon was turning 40, and he had prophesied that this would be the year of the holy wedding of God's first son and daughter, the only begotten son and only begotten daughter, and that promise was fulfilled. At the Chongpadong Church at 4 o'clock in the morning on March 27, 1960, the first day of the third lunar month, when spring was in full bloom, Father Moon and I held our Tauric engagement ceremony. We had invited 40 men and 40 women to witness the ceremony, but members wishing to see us had come in great numbers, and the small church was packed to overflowing. The engagement ceremony, held in two parts, was conducted in an holy atmosphere. The engagement ceremony, held in two parts, was conducted in a holy atmosphere. It concluded with Father Moon's benediction, reporting the profound meaning of the ceremony to heaven and earth. The 6,000-year history of humankind, he prayed, was the anguish course necessary to receive the true parent. The Jesus could not become the true parent was the sorrow of all people, but the day of our engagement ceremony was the blessed day that finally relieved that sorrow. April 11, 1960, the second part of the Holy Wedding. In traditional Korean attire, 15 days after the engagement ceremony at 10 o'clock a.m. on April 11, 1960, the 16th day of the third month of the lunar calendar, we conducted the Holy Wedding. 700 or so members chosen from our churches across Korea gathered at Chongpadong Church to attend the splendid event, long awaited by our Holy Parent. Even more members flocked to attend the Holy Wedding than the engagement ceremony. The church was overflowing, and those who could not enter the building filled the alleyway beside it. The atmosphere was nonetheless solemn and reverent. The small chapel. Adieu.
Thank you so much for your reading, our Sabonim Leslie Ann Dunuan. And this morning, my dear brothers and sisters, let's hear 10 points of gratitude from our Sabonim from Davao. Please help me to welcome our Sabonim Vincing Clifford.
Good morning. Narinig po ba ako? Hello?
Yes, dear.
Good morning.
Dear.
Good morning, every parent, your parents. Good morning, elders, leaders, brothers, and sisters. Good morning once again. So, introduction. By the way, my name is Clifford Pivinsing. So, I am from Cebu Center. So, and now currently doing my mission here in Region 11 as a full-time instructor. So, I would like to share my 10 points of gratitude. Number one, I am grateful and thankful, most especially to every parent and true parents, for allowing me to live this wonderful world and experience true love through my parents. Number two, I am grateful and thankful to my parents because without them, maybe I am not experiencing a life full of gratitude and true happiness together with my physical brothers and sisters. Number three, I am grateful and thankful I experienced being self-reliant and able to survive even I'm far away from my parents and overcome it through my missions. Number four, I am grateful and thankful for my spiritual parent because maybe without them I cannot meet the movement or a unification church and changing my life from zero to hero. Number five, I am grateful and thankful for my great grand good ancestors for guiding me and allowing me to meet the Unification Church and Word to Ilmudo to achieve and manifest my dreams. Number six, I am grateful and thankful for all the leaders because without them, maybe I could not meet the movement. And for sure, I am not here talking in front of you and share and how grateful I am and very honored to be with a family of true love. Number seven, I am grateful and thankful for of World Tongilmudo Federation because it's really changed my life and also my attitude, most especially when I become an instructor or sabonim and experience the parental heart with my fellow students and spiritual children. Number eight, I am grateful and thankful through my mission. I experience difficulties and hardships to overcome my limitations, to grow physically and spiritually for the sake of my family and future generation. Number nine, I am grateful and thankful for our regional leader of Region 11, no other than the most hardworking and also passionate mother figure to our region, no other than is Corazon Ampo A. de Ocadis. And last, number 10, I am grateful for God that He guided me and protected me wherever I go. Also, I am grateful that I can still breathe and alive today. I am thankful for everything that God has given to me in spite of this pandemic. He protects me or us, uh, and this is my 10 points of gratitude. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless us all. Thank you so much, po.
Thank you so much to our precious Sabunim Vincing Clifford for sharing your 10 points of gratitude. And now, my dear brothers and sisters, let's prepare ourselves to hear the heavenly voice from our fatherland will be rendered to us by our Master Donald Arbolario.
Kay daming tanong, walang sagot, nasasaktan Di alam ang dahilan, may nakabibinging bulong natatakot, di maintindihan ng sugatang puso at isipan. Manalig na hindi maligaw sa dilim, may sasagot sa dalangin. Huwag kang matakot, huwag mabahala kung bumuhos ang ulan. Anumang pagsubok may dahilan, minsan walang kasagutan. Sa gitna ng dos, pangako niya'y di kaiwanan. Ilang ulit na kanyang napatunayan, ililigtas ka niya, ililigtas ka niya. Sa nawawalan ng loob sa suko na tila nakalimutan na hindi siya nang iiwan sa ingay ng mundo. Pangako niya'y di nagbago, tanggapin mo ng buo sa iyong puso. Huwag kang matakot, huwag mabahala kung bumuhos ang ulan. Anumang pagsubok may dahilan, minsan walang kasagutan. Sa gitna ng utos, pangako niya'y di kaiwanan. Ilang ulit na kanyang napatunayan, ililigtas ka niya, ililigtas ka niya. Basta't magtiwala, huwag kang matakot, huwag mabahala kung bumuhos ang ulan. Anumang pagsubok may dahilan, minsan walang kasagutan. Sa gitna ng utos, pangako niya'y di kaiwanan. Ipaglalaban ka sa gitna ng digmaan. Ilang ulit na kanyang napatunayan, kahit kailan ililigtas ka niya. Ililigtas ka niya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our Master Donald Arbulario, for hearing your very angelic voice. And please give him with your virtual applause. And now, brothers and sisters, let's prepare our heart this morning to receive a message from our national leader, the President of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification. Please help me to welcome Reverend Leo Angelo Halog.
Thank you very much to our beloved Mr. Bernard Villagante. I would like to greet first our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Good morning, our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To all our beloved Chonbo families, beloved Blessed Central families, and brothers and sisters, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much to our Tongil Mudo family for hosting today's morning devotion. And thank you for that very inspiring song, our Master Donald, who is now in Korea. Thank you for that wonderful song. And also for the 10 points of gratitude shared to us by our brother Clifford, an instructor from Mindanao. Thank you so much for your 10 points of gratitude. So I would like to welcome all brothers and sisters in our morning devotion. Today is the day 5 of our 40-day national morning devotion. So yesterday we were really happy to be able to meet our beloved True Mother. We celebrated together the 67th anniversary of the founding of our FFWPU, our movement, and at the same time the 59th anniversary of the Day of All True Things. Yesterday was really inspiring to be able to listen from testimonies also and really see the investment of our elder members, how much true parents really are honoring them. Also, let us really congratulate our Kuya Jimmy and Ate Shirley for being the one of the recipient of the Hyojong Pastors Award. Let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations po, our Kuya Jimmy and Ate Shirley. Thank you for your dedication until this time. Maraming salamat po. Also, yesterday we concluded the 4th Regional Youth Forum sa Region 3. It was really inspiring to see that the local government are really supporting so much our program. They were really inspired. The governor of Bulacan gave his congratulatory remarks, and even prior to that, we could meet him. And then also some mayors in Zambales and in other areas. Talaga pong grabe ang suporta na ng government ngayon sa mga ginagawa po natin. So I'm really, really thankful for all your work and dedication in every part of our country. Maraming salamat po. So this morning, I would like to share with you, I would like to continue on the topic of education. So the other day, we discussed or we learned about the true meaning of education. Ngayon naman po, I will be sharing So today I would like to share this topic entitled The Principle and Practice of True Love and the Purpose of Education. So let us study together. True Father said, to raise your children, you have to study the divine principle day and night. To raise your children, to raise your own children, just as I raise you as church members, you have to study divine principle day and night. To educate your children well, you have to go out into Satan's world and train yourself in order to learn more. That is not all. To become owners of the world, you need to learn the heart of the parent, the heart of the teacher, and the heart of God, and inherit the right of ownership from Him. After joining the church, you are reborn. You then need to be educated and perfected. When you are fully mature, you will come to know God's will. Then you can say, I am ready to stand in the position of an owner. When you stand in the position of an owner, you will inherit everything. So today, True Parents is teaching us very important things. So now we have many second generation, third generation. We are so much concerned how to raise up our children. So Father is teaching us today, in order for us to raise our own children, as True Father raise us up, sabi ni Father, we have to study the divine principle day and night. So it's not enough. We attended 7 days, divine principle, education, 21 days, 40 days, some even completed 120 days. But you know, if we are only thinking of ourselves, maybe, but Father said, when you really have to raise up your children, your own children, you have to study the principle day and night. So, kaya nga po ngayon, ang concern na natin is how to raise up our children. So, the best way pala, sabi ni Father, is to study the divine principle day and night. To educate your children well, sabi ni Father, you have to go out into Satan's world and train yourself in order to learn more. Kaya pala kailangan natin mag-training. Why we need to be trained? This is not only for our own self, but this is for the sake of later on, for those who doesn't have children yet, for the sake of educating your children in the future. Sabi ni Father, that is not all. To become owners of the world, you need to learn the heart of the parent, the heart of the teacher, and the heart of God, and inherit the right of ownership from Him. So, kaya nga po tayo pinush ni na true parents, to go to the field, to the front line, to train ourselves. And then, most importantly, sabi ni Father dito, to become owners of the world, to become really the owner of the world, we need to learn the heart of God, the heart of a parent, the heart of the teacher. So with this, we can inherit the right of ownership from Him. So Father said, after you join the Unification Church, you are reborn. You need then to be educated and perfected. So after we learn the principle, after we join the church and we were reborn, then we have to go through the process of education. We have to be educated and perfected. This is our goal, right? This is the first blessing. All human beings needs to be perfected. Kaya kailangan natin mag-aral continuously. Kaya itong hundok po na ginagawa natin, this is one part. We have to learn the principle. Father said, day and night. Day and night. So that's why we have to continue to learn the principle. And then with all the speeches of true parents, then we can really be educated and then we can perfect ourselves. So when you are fully mature, Father said, you will come to know God's will. And then you can say, I am ready to stand in the position of an owner. When you stand in the position of an owner, then you will inherit everything. Kaya nga, we have to really go through, we need to become true parent, true teacher, true owner. So anyway, fathers will be guiding us more on this today. So Father said, when you stand in the position of an owner, you will inherit everything. So that is the only time that we can really inherit everything. Ju, so today we are learning these very precious things. So ngayon, ang concern talaga natin, how to raise up our children. So the key, sabi ni Father, you have to learn the principle day and night. You have to study. You have to go out to the front line. You have to learn. You need to go to Satan's world and train yourself. So these are the most important things. Aju, and then inherit the heart of a parent, heart of a teacher, and heart of heavenly parent. And then that's the time that we can really inherit the right of ownership. Once we stand in the position of an owner, we can inherit everything. Aju? Aju. True Father said, mother and father are parents. At the same time, teachers and owners. God intended to bestow His love through Adam and Eve, but because they did not reach the standard of perfection and establish a partnership with God in love, God was put in a miserable state. That is why He could not stand in the position of the true parent. The first ancestors should have given birth to true sons and daughters, nurtured them, and provided for them. Giving birth to children is the role of parents. Nurturing them is the role of teachers, and providing for them is the role of owners. I am not talking about the world. I am talking about a family. A mother and father are parents, but at the same time, they are teachers and owners. So this is very, very important. Fathers, emphasizing today the three great subject partners principle. Ito po yung to become, through parents, through teachers, and through owners. And then these things can be seen, especially its application in the family. Sa pamilya. So sabi ni Father dito, I'm not talking about the world. I am talking about a family. Kaya how really important the family is. So tayo as parents, sabi ni Father and Mother, you are not only parents. Yes, you are parents, but at the same time, you are teachers and you are owners. So when you give birth, you play the role of, a parent. Pag giving birth daw, sabi ni Father, to children is the role of the parents. But nurturing them, to nurture our children, that is the role of the teacher. And then providing for them is the role of the owner. Kaya po tayo as father and mother, at the same time, we are also teachers. We have to nurture our children. And then also at the same time, we are owners. We have to provide for our children. right? So this is in the family. So we are not only father and mother, at the same time we are teachers, we are owners. How important it is to understand as father and mother, as parents. We have to really understand that we are playing three roles in the family. We are parents, we at the same time we are teachers and owners. So this is the way to really, nurture and raise up our children. We have to play these three roles as father and mother. Aju? So this is really, really important to understand. So in the family, where is the beginning point, and then naturally it will expand to the world. Aju, so in the family, it should be practiced by the parents. Father said, we have to inherit and teach the three great subject partners principle. To resolve God's sorrow over his inability to educate Adam and Eve due to their fall, we have to inherit and teach the three great subject partners principle. This is the practical way of life based on the principle of true love. If we teach and practice the three great subject partners principle, we can reclaim the right of the eldest son, right of the parents, and right of the king. Since Adam and Eve were not properly educated, they could not create the ideal family, which was God's will. Therefore, we have to form families, the foundation for the unity of the whole, by educating children, siblings, couples, and parents in true love. In this way, we can realize the ideal nation and ideal world. Had Adam and Eve received proper education, they would have naturally created a world of oneness. Kaya nga po, napakahalaga po talaga. It's not only that people or children go to school to be educated, but they need to receive proper education. So what is the proper education? So, kaya napakahalaga po talaga. We have to really know clearly that our children really needs to receive proper education. Not only sending them to, to school. Magsimula po talaga yan sa atin in the family. Even how good the school is, and then how good the teachers are, if our children couldn't receive the proper education at home, unang-una sa lahat, they can never learn, this in the school. Especially ngayon, what is the reality po ng society natin? Schools are not teaching this, right? So, sabi ni Father, we have to really inherit and teach this three great subject partners principle sa mga anak natin. So we need, sabi ni Father, this is the practical way of life based on the principle of true love. If we teach and practice the three great subject partners principle, we can reclaim the right of the eldest son, right of the parents, and right of the king. So Adam and Eve, Father said, because they couldn't, properly educated, they couldn't receive proper education, then what happens? They could not create the ideal family, which was God's will. So the only way for us to build ideal family is to really be educated clearly about the three great subject partners principle, and to be educated clearly and properly, and this is the only way. So ang mga anak po natin ngayon, paano sila magkaroon ng ideal family? All people, actually, all of us are longing to build an ideal family. When you ask people, everybody wants to build ideal family, but the reality, very small percentage could make it, right? Very few people actually could build, especially yung mga tao po sa labas. Ang ano pong ibig sabihin? Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga madali ang mag-build ng ideal family. Kaya sabi ni Father, without receiving proper education, cannot build ideal family. That's why Adam and Eve, because they were not educated properly, they could not create ideal family, which is God's will. So in this world, so Father said, therefore we have to form families, the foundation for the unity of the whole, by educating children, siblings, couples, and parents in true love. So this is the only way. So in this way, we can realize the ideal nation and ideal world. So if only Adam and Eve received proper education, they would have naturally received or created a world of oneness. Kaya nga po, as we are really dreaming of a world of peace, an ideal world, people needs to receive proper education, especially po ang ating mga anak. They really need to be educated clearly. That one day they need to become true parents. They need to become true teachers. They need to become true owners themselves. And then tayo po na nasa posisyon na ng magulang ngayon, we have to really show in practice also. Not only teaching our children, but we have to show in practice. that one day our children also will become like us, or we will become greater than us. Jews. So this is the only way to build ideal family and ideal society, ideal nation, and ideal world, by teaching this to our children. Jew, and for us to practice this, centering on true love. Jew. Father said, we should teach it in the family, in the school, and in the nation. The teacher is an extension of the parents. The king, the leader of a nation, is an extension of the teacher and parents. The king is in the place of the parent, the teacher, and the owner of the nation. This is the three great subject partners principle that we speak of in the Unification Church. We cannot disregard the three subject partners principle. We should teach it in the family, in the school, and in the nation. Regretfully, no country in the world includes this in its education system. Each nation has a different system. Further, parents have one way, teachers have another way, and the nation has yet another way. Likewise, nations are all disconnected. This is the problem of our world now, of our society. Kaya sabi ni Father, we cannot disregard this. We have to teach this in the family, in the nation, and in the world. So, everybody is playing actually three roles. Sabi ni Father, the teacher is an extension of the parents. Ang mga magulang po, ang mga teacher po sa school, hindi lamang sila mga teachers, they are also parents. And then even the king, the ruler of the nation. So the king, sabi ni Father dito, the leader of a nation, or anyone, leader ng nation, is an extension of the teacher and parents. So yung king din, yung leader ng nation, hindi lang po sila king or leader ng nation. They are also an extension of teacher and parents at the same time. So the king is in the place of the parent, the teacher, and the owner of the nation. Kaya nga po, once you become a teacher, automatically, at the same time, you will become also a parent. And you should also become an owner. Ganon din, if you are a parent, at the same time, you are a teacher and owner. Also an owner. At the same time, the teacher and parent. So, hindi po pwedeng paghiwalayin itong tatlo na to. They should come together. So, we cannot disregard, sabi ni Father, the three great subject partners principle. We should teach it in the family, in the school, and in the nation. But what happens, sabi ni Father, regretfully, no country in the world includes this in its education system. Kaya napakahalaga talaga. We are working now with the government. You know, later on, they were really amazed with the education that we have. So, I believe one day, soon, you know, really our nation will going to adopt all these teaching materials that we have. That's why Father said, without teaching, you know, the nation, without, you know, infiltrating actually this, without the education system adopting this, we cannot have this kind of nation, right? We cannot have a peaceful world. So that's why Father said, each nation, you know, they have different system. This is the problem. So yung mga magulang, meron silang another way. Mga teachers, meron din sila. Yung bansa din. And then, the problem, especially, nations are disconnected. Yan ang malaking problema. Kaya nga po, one day, we have to really set a model. Ngayon, we are advancing so much in the Philippines, in our country. So, really, we have to enter talaga in the educational system. And then the teachings of true parents, hindi lang po sa atin, hindi lang po sa mga seminars na ginagawa natin, but it should be adopted in the education system na maging natural na later on, na pag-aaralan ng mga bata, ng mga future, lalo na ng mga future children ng mga wala pang anak, the future generations. They have to naturally learn and study this. Sa mga schools later on, they should adopt this. It will become part of our education system. So we are looking forward for this, right? But of course, everything should start in the family. Sa pamilya talaga. Kaya nga ngayon, we are doing this True Family Movement, Heavenly Tribal Messiah. We are reaching out all families, mga kapitbahay natin. Kasi dyan yung nagsimula. Time will come, it will be adopted by schools na. The entire nation will teach this. But of course, still, it should begin in the family. Sa pamilya talaga yung magsimula. We have to teach and show to our children. And then kapag nagawa sa pamilya, and then adopted na sa educational system, pag-aaralan na sa school, and then the entire nation, this is the ideal world. This is the ideal nation that Heavenly Parents is longing for. Aju? Aju. So naturally, people can build ideal family if they can learn this very well. Wow, this is really amazing. This is what true parents is talking about. Kingdom of heaven. Aju? So it's really important how important education is. Not only education, but proper education that begins in the family. And then later on, go to the school, and then the entire nation. Wow, this is really amazing. True parents is showing us the very clear way. Father said, what is it that we most need to know? First, we should know God well and know clearly that He is at the center. Second, we should know with certainty that human beings are the center of the world. Third, we should know the ideal nation that God and human beings are striving together to realize. So, napakahalaga, sabi ni Father, we need to know these three. That God is the center. We need to know clearly that God, we need to know God well and know clearly that He is at the center. And then second, we should know with certainty that human beings are the center of the world. And then third, we should know the ideal nation that God and human beings are striving together to realize. So in conclusion, love is the key to connect these great purposes. That is why my motto for education is love heaven, love humankind, and love your nation. I have been teaching that true education is to enable people to realize these purposes. Kaya nga, what is the really center to connect all these things? Actually, it is through love. Love talaga. Kaya ang motto ni Father, sabi niya, my motto is love heaven, love humankind, and love your nation. So this is the motto of true parents in all the institutions, educational institutions that true parents have established. So this is the motto, love heaven, love humankind, and love your nation. So Father said, I have been teaching that true education is to enable people to realize these purposes. So dapat talaga we have to have very clear understanding of these three, about Heavenly Parent as the center, and then about human beings as the center of the world, and then about the ideal nation that God and human beings are striving together to realize. Itong tatlo po na to. So centering on true parents' motto, centering on love, which connects these three. Love heaven, love humankind, and love our nation. Aju, amazing, our true parents. So, Father said, it is the citizen that make them. So this is important, itong part po na to. So what does it mean to love heaven? We are not worshiping heaven based on a vague concept of God. The idea of love the nation is not vague. It is concrete. A nation has its sovereignty, land and people. And if there were a heavenly nation, it would have sovereignty, land, and people. So expressions such as the heavenly nation and the earthly nation make perfect sense. Yet God Himself does not create the heavenly nation, an earthly nation. Neither does a king make them. So who makes them? Who makes heavenly nation? It is their citizens who make them. This means that between heaven and earth, there are people in the middle. Thus, they can form the heavenly nation and the earthly nation. All of this is interwoven by love. God needs love, the nation needs love, and the people also need love. So really, we could see how really important love is. Really, love is the center. Love is the main reason and also the origin of why we exist. Right? So really, love, sabi ni Father dito, everything is interwoven by love. Connecting heaven and earth, centered on love. So God needs love, the nation needs love, and the people also needs love. So centering on love. But, sabi ni Father, how to really make heavenly nation? Sabi ni Father dito, God Himself does not create the heavenly nation or earthly nation. Neither does the king make them. Sino yung magki-create? It is their citizens who make them. Kaya nga, to have, yung nation, sabi ni Father, is composed of three: sovereignty, land, and people. Right? So, who is the ones who will going to make it? It is the citizen, actually. So, that's why, as you remember, True Mother declared no October 10, 2020, that already we have citizens of Chonelguk when Chonbuk couples were born. So sila yung first na citizen. So in order for us to really realize Chonilguk nation or Chonilguk in this world, anong kailangan po natin to create? We have to create Chonilguk citizens. We have to make citizens of Chonilguk. Kaya nga, what True Mother is doing now, she is really raising up and really, having, citizens of Chonilguk be born through the blessing. And then go further and then fulfill the responsibility and then become Chonbuk families. Then they will become official Chonilguk citizens. So yun po yung ginagawa natin. So in order for a heavenly nation to be realized, or in order for this world to become a heavenly world, there should be citizens. Citizens, important po talaga. And then through the citizen, they will make the heavenly sovereignty and land. But really, what is in the middle that is very, very important, sabi ni Father, these are citizens, centering on love, right? So when we do our mission as Heavenly Tribal Messiah, then we share love to people, centering on love, bringing all these people back together. And then we multiply, citizens of Chonilguk. Aju, so only when citizens can be, citizens of Chonilguk can be realized, then that's the time, or can be born, that is the time that really Chonilguk can be substantially be realized on earth, in our nation and in the world. So ganun po kahalaga. That's why our mission, our responsibility, people who are living today together with our True Mother on earth, we are playing a very, very important role. Everything is in our hands, right? Establishing a nation of Chonilguk, a world, a heavenly world is in our hands as the citizens who are living today together with the only begotten daughter, living together with our beloved True Mother. Aju, that's why no matter what, we have to accomplish it in this time period given to us. In this second 7-year course, right? While True Mother is alive on earth. Yesterday we heard really amazing reports, right? True Mother is aiming to reach out 1/3 of the world population. Because of our online events, we are already reaching 1/3 of the world population. Wow, it's really amazing. Really, miracles are happening beyond our imagination now. But we just unite with True Parents, we just unite with True Mother and strive to fulfill our responsibility. Mother said miracle will not just, nangyayari lang paminsan-minsan, but we have to make miracles every day. Kaya nga, based on this now, really it's really possible that in True Mother's lifetime, it's really possible that really a heavenly world can be realized. Aju, so let's work together and support our beloved True Mother, unite with her completely. Aju, so we are the chosen people. So Father said, the force that attracts God is love. What does it mean to love heaven? The greatness and power of heaven by itself is only external and love is internal. Love has the power to move God and to call him to come to you. The force that attracts God is not that of knowledge, power, or money. It is love. I have the motto, love heaven. If we have the power to move heaven, heaven will follow us. Another motto is love people. I am not referring to loving individuals. I mean loving all humanity. Humanity has to follow love. The third one is love your nation. A nation follows the one who loves it the most. Kaya nga po, now with True Father's motto, with True Parents' motto, love heaven, love humanity, and love your nation, love your country. What is the center of all these things? Sabi ni Father, love is the center. Even Heavenly Parent can only be attracted by love. Kaya nga po tayo, we continue to sacrifice. We learn and understand what is love, what is true love. Hindi lang po ito that we, many people, they define love differently. Kaya nga, when we start to understand through True Parents' teaching, love is sacrifice. Love is willing to sacrifice one's life, right? Kaya nga po, in the level of, loving heaven, sabi ni Father, if we have the power to move heaven by love, really sacrificing, even our life, really doing what heaven desires. Then once we, invested everything, Father said, you can move heaven. Heaven will follow us. Kaya nga po yung desire natin na we can build kingdom of heaven, it will surely happen if all of us, dedicate our life and invest sacrifice, right? So heaven will follow us. The same is true. People, when we invest to people, educating them, loving them, helping them to be able to have a great future. So, ang love po, hindi lang yan always, comforting, giving. Kaya nga, we learn if we really love someone, mga anak po natin. If there are something wrong, the way they are doing or living their life, we are correcting them. It's normal because we love them. We want them to become successful in the future. So, it's really important. So, we sacrifice for them. So, sabi ni Father, when we invest loving people, right? And then, not just individuals, sabi ni Father, but loving humanity. Then, humanity will follow love, will follow us. Humanity will follow love once we invested. And then the third one, love your nation. So a nation follows the one who loves it the most. So naturally, ngayon po, we are doing the program of National Youth Forum, Raising Up Patriotic Youth. So ito nga yung kulang natin. Remember, we don't have this much really patriotism, unlike the people of Korea, the people of Japan, and other nation. Ito yung kulang sa mga Pilipino. Kaya nga ngayon, especially 2 days ago, we celebrated yung 123rd Independence Day. Or 2 days ago, that was last Saturday. And then ang ganda na timing din yung Regional Youth Forum natin. So it's really good to remember, our heroes, Dr. Jose Rizal, and then Emilio Aguinaldo, itong mga magigiting nating mga, who fought for the freedom of our nation, for our freedom. Kaya ngayon, it's really good to remember. Kaya napaka talaga timely, we are doing the Regional Youth Forum. We are educating now our young people to become patriot. But unang-una, tayo, right? So how can we really love our nation? And then naturally, if we really invest in our nation will follow us. Father said, a nation follows the one who loves it the most. If we, this group, our Heavenly Parents Holy Community, we love our nation more than anyone. Ngayon, nakikita na ng mga iba't ibang agency ng government what we are doing. How much we are sacrificing, they will really move actually. Nakikita na nila. Then, naturally, our nation will follow us. Aju? That's why centering on this three motto ni Father, love heaven, love humanity, and love our nation. Kaya nga sa mga schools natin, we have to really teach this very clearly, especially the three great subject partners principle. Ito yung kailangan nating ituro. Sabi ni Father, we have to teach this in our family. We have to teach this in our nation. We have to teach this, in the world. Kailangan nating ituro ito. So sa mga schools na meron tayo ngayon, we have to really teach this clearly sa kanila. Of course, starting sa family natin, and then in our schools. Aju, and then we can really realize a heavenly world that Heavenly Parent and all humanity are longing for. Kaya napakahalaga po talaga ng education. And really, really grateful sa mga lahat ng educators natin, right? Mga elders natin, mga leaders natin, lahat ng lecturers natin for continuously teaching. Our teaching is really amazing. We have to really teach the world because this is true parents teaching. Nothing is higher than this, right? That's why wherever we are, we teach the principle. So Father said we have to study the principle day and night in order really also to teach our children para maturuan daw natin sila. Kaya nga po, continuously we are learning and being educated by the words of our true parents so that we can advance forward and perfect our character, perfect ourselves, right? And then we can really build this world that Heavenly Parents is longing for. Aju, that's why education is very, very important. Not only education, but proper education. Also centering on proper education, that is the only way for people to build ideal families. Without proper education, ideal family cannot be realized. Aju, that's why this is really, really amazing. That's why we have to cascade and really educate all the people of our nation. Aju, so centering on us, practicing this and building in good families, and then it will just naturally expand, reaching our society, our nation, and then the world. Centering on Heavenly Parents' love, right? So this is the center, centering on true love. That's why how to really, nurture our heart to centering on these teachings of true parents. We can really develop such a heart of love, and then we can just naturally, magnet. Naturally, our nation will follow us, people will follow us, and then even, heaven will follow us, Father said. Aju, so today, we learn this very, very important, teaching. So our teachers, all our educators who are here, sa mga educational institutions din natin. Of course, these technical things are important, but really most important is really these teachings of true parents. We have to teach people about these three great subject partners principle to become true parent, true teacher, and true owner. Aju, so with this, let's offer our gratitude once again to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Thank you very much to all our leaders, and to families plus families and brothers and sisters. I always wish and pray that Heavenly Parents' love and blessings be always upon you and your families. Thank you very much, and let's have a great day today. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you so much, Tajang Nim, for giving your internal guidance, and that will it serve as our spiritual food, our motivation, and our inspiration. So once again, my dear brothers and sisters, let's give our virtual appreciation to our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halong. And we move on, my dear brothers and sisters. Let's have our reflection. So the first person to reflect to us is our master from fatherland, from Korea, Master Junel Tumanda.
Yes, good morning, Heavenly Parents and Victorious to Parents, to our national leader, Reverend L.A. Halog, and thank you, Master Bernard, and to all our elders, brothers and sisters, good morning. My reflection is that as long as that we are grateful and we are always in the right track, I think we will be okay. So as long as that we always center ourselves to Heavenly Parents and our true parents, our true mother, I think everything will be okay. So as we are all leaders in our community, and we are tasked to teach our brothers and sisters, especially in the outside world. So we are in different federation, we are in different group in UPF, in IPLC, in YLC, like, and Tungil Modo, but we are all same, we are all teachers. So before, in my experience, like before, when I was in IPLC, we are like always daily experience is always a struggle, like struggle to survive in a day, struggle to continue, like we are always in difficulty. But I realized that as long as you are in the right track, kahit na maghirap ka pa, kahit anong ginagawa mo, basta you are in the right track, you will be okay. So I am now here in Korea for 9 years, and same thing, we have many difficulties, but as long as that you are always grateful and you are always dedicated in what you are doing, you will be okay. So even though na sobrang daming experiences, daming paghihirap dati, still I became somehow, nasasabi ko sa sarili ko that I am successful in my own way. So nakayanan ko lahat ng mga pinagdaanan, lahat ng hirap, and now I even experienced to be with serving True Mother in the palace. So I even tried working in the palace for 1.5 years, 1 year and a half. And although we are just in the securing the palace, but daily, every day, time to time, I can see True Mother around. He will move around in the palace, and sometimes she will give us some she will greet us. She will come to our office and then greet us. And then like I feel like, wow, this is really wonderful. And one time she even mentioned, true mother even mentioned my name. Like one time she was they have an event outside, and then they came in, and then she greeted every one of us, and then she mentioned my name. I was like, wow, wow, that is really something. I never imagined that I could meet the parents, I could meet, and and especially she haven't mentioned my name. So that time I feel so lucky, I feel so grateful. So na-realize ko na, yun nga, kahit anong pinaghihirapan mo ngayon, as long as you are doing your mission, your purpose, you will receive the blessing. Yeah, and yeah, currently I am blessed also with a partner from Nepal. So although sa ngayon yung situation is because of Corona, hindi, because blessing should be, if you get the blessing, you should be together, right? So sa ngayon, we are not together and we cannot do our own plans. So we have the challenges also. And but still, and every challenges, level ng challenges, you should think of anyways na grateful ka. If you are grateful and if you are in the right track, you will be okay. So thank you so much, brothers and sisters. So I hope that everyone will be grateful always, and everyone can do your mission, be a teachers, be a educator. As long as ginagawa natin yung purpose natin, yung mission natin, everything will be okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our Master Junel Tumanda, for sharing your wonderful experience in the palace and also your experience in life that as long as we are aligned with our heavenly parents and true parents, we are safe and we are in a good situation. And next, my dear brothers and sisters, let's hear also a reflection fresh from Bicol, our Sabunim Erwin Tubalya.
Please unmute.
Sorry. Okay. So once again, good morning, our national leader, and to our leaders and brothers and sisters. So from this topic, talking about true love through the principle, through the education. So I'm very grateful and thankful for all the elders who guide me when I was young in the movement. I remember when I was finished my 4 days Divine Principle lecture in Dumaguete. Actually, I came from Dumaguete City. So I have a lot of struggles because I didn't know what they are doing, like Hondoke or morning devotion, and I don't know everything because it's just finished the 4 days and I didn't know yet the principle. But I'm very grateful and thankful because of the leaders and elders who really guide me during my full-time life until now. Then what I do is I read a lot of books, through parents' books, and that's why I really feel the heart of God. And it is very important that the education of ourselves is very important, especially at this time in fact of the pandemic of COVID-19. So one of the very best thing that I learned is how to really persevere and how to really survive in every situation. So even sometimes I received a lot of persecution, even in my own family. So, but I'm very, I'll just say, and I'll just keep silent and keep move forward and still continue to study the principle in order to really understand a lot. And this, uh, from the beginning, from the Dr. Young's morning devotion and until at this time for our national leader. So I really learned many things and discover many things. It is very important things how to really develop ourselves and how to become fully matured person and how to really become more responsible for the every mission that I have now. So I am now here in Bicol doing my responsibility as an instructor. So it is very, uh, sometimes it's very hard because you need to become a parent and you need to become brothers to your co-practitioners, to your student. And of course, you need to give more guidance in order for them to understand the principle. And I am very grateful because it is doing well and I am very uh, happy. Then I'm very grateful and thankful because during my 120 days training in during my 1 year program in IPLC, so I'm very grateful for Master Bernard because he is always there to guide me and standing as a parent like me. So to me pala. So I'm very happy for all the sabonings who guided us all during in our 120 days. So uh, yun. So because of that training, I really uh, what do you call that? I stand in myself even I was alone in the area in anywhere. So because of the training I have learned, so I am more matured. So I am now blessed with a uh, Filipina from Iloilo. So we always communicate even we very far from each other, but we are getting stronger and stronger. So she is always support me whenever whatever my decisions is. So I'm very happy because at this time she is always at my back to really to support me, and I am very grateful. So that's it. We need to learn a lot of uh, about the principles so that we can teach or uh, we can teach our children in the future. So that's all. Thank you very much po.
Thank you so much, our Sabunim Erwin Tubalia, for sharing your past experience, the time that you meet the movement and the training in martial arts. And also nagpapasalamat din mo, you're getting stronger and happy kami kasi you keep your blessing alive. Okay, my dear brothers and sisters, let's give our virtual appreciation to those who give reflection this morning to Master Junel and Sabunim Erwin Tubalia. My dear brothers and sisters, to close this, let's welcome our Sabunim Mark Anthony Coscos from La Union for the closing prayer.
Okay, please join me in prayer. Good morning, Heavenly parents and true parents for heaven and earth and humankind. First of all, maraming salamat po, Heavenly parents, sa biyaya na pinulog sa amin, sa araw-araw na kami binigyan niyo po ng pagkakataon na ito. Lalo na sa panibagong araw, panibagong buhay, at panibagong responsibilidad. Heavenly Parents, kami nagpapasalamat sa pagkakataon na ito sa inyong patuloy na paggabay at suporta sa araw-araw na naming mga pangailangan. Lalo na sa pagbibigay niyo ng lakas, protection, at pagmamahal na pinagloob sa amin. Heavenly Parents. Heavenly Parents, maraming salamat po sa sawang na suporta para po sa araw na ito at aking pinapanalangin para po lahat ng mga leaders, blessed families, and to all brothers and sisters, gabayan niyo po kami sa araw na ito, lalo na aming mga pamilya at aming mga bawat isa. Parents, ito aking inaalay, yung tunay na magulang sa langit, sa lupa, at sa katawan.
Aju, thank you so much. Our Sabunim, Mark Anthony Kuskos. Brothers and sisters, let's have our individual prayer. Thank you so much to our heavenly parents, to our true parents. Thank you so much to our leaders, most especially to our national leaders, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog, and also to all our technical staff in HQ, to Yevgeny and Jessa and Arman and the rest who really facilitates our Hundok camp. And also thank you so much to those who are involved in the program, to our Jason Pagalangan, in CR, and also our sister or Sabunim Lislian Dunuan, Sabunim Ipo Ginsing, and Master Donald, Master Junel, and Sabunim Erwin Tubalya, and Mark Anthony Kuskos. Thank you so much for your time. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at mabuhay po tayo. And also, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tumbang Modo.
In the program, our
Thank you so much, Master Bernard, and to our Tongil Mudo family for hosting our morning devotion.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much to all our elders, brothers and sisters for
Thank you,
joining our morning
Tongil Mudo.
devotion. Thank you.